So I'm Rob Hayward, CTO at Eight Roads. There is varying requirements as you're building larger teams. And I think there is always challenges of finding skill sets to stay on the cutting edge of technology. So we've really been able to tackle that issue using Component to upskill and upscale certain consultants within the business to complete initiatives over 6 to 12 months with the luxury of being able to then offboard them quite quickly with no commitment. So that's been a great help in terms of looking at some of the more specialist technology that we're using without having to go and employ permanent people at expensive. You have a very personable experience. It's a very family feel to the business. I think new projects start with a sounding board with Saragossa. Where do we need to go with this? Who are the right people? And I think that works both in the component aspect of speccing out a project, but also from the perspective of hiring new people. Psychology is a great term for it. I think that, what's really helped is that I can quickly get access to candidates that are going to mold well with my teams. They're the graceful swan, but there's a lot going on underneath. And you need to outsource that kind of effort, because doing it in-house is hugely time consuming. Sourcing candidates, going through the basics, building bios for me, that's got to be done by them, and they do it very well. The value is getting those 2 or 3 key CVs with the personalities that you like, with the experience that you're after, and being able to then engage with those candidates. I'm a very outcome focused leader, and that's where I start, top of the triangle based outcomes, and Component have been very key in helping me define those outcomes. And then what is key is onboarding the right resource very quickly to help us achieve those objectives that feed into the outcomes. They understand the personalities in the business, they understand the challenges that technology have within these types of businesses as well. So I think they add a lot of value. I can have a very confused conversation with Rory with very vague requirements, and Rory can say, A, B and C, that's what you need. I'll come back with some CVs quite quickly, so that's always been very useful. When you build a relationship as strong as I've got with Saragossa in over 10 years, if you look at previous roles where I've worked in regions such as the US, China, Japan, it's very hard to find a trusted relationship over in these areas. Saragossa, they did that for me. I pushed Saragossa to hire in these different regions, and they did that very quickly, and were able to spin up operations either in an outsourced capacity or a permanent capacity very quickly. I think what Saragossa have brought to the businesses I work at is a sustained culture. You feel like you're partnering on things. It's a friendly business, and I think that's really key in this industry, because you've got to find the friendlies.